And we're back for Jumping the Gun episode 6. Clings, say what's up to the people.
What's up?
Welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the show. We're going to do our usual show. We got people lie, numbers don't to start it off. NFL Week 5 recap. Week 6 preview. Student athlete recap. And then some talking bats. And we'll dive a little more into Clings as a vet. We'll get some more into that. Let's get it started. People lie, numbers don't. Clings, who you got?
First one, I think everybody knows it. Kirko Chains, 500 yards, 4 tutties, 1 little pick, but he also spread it around. 7 different receivers.
500 yards.
509 to be exact.
I had who he was throwing to, Darnell Mooney, 9 receptions, 105 yards, 2 tutties. Nice little day.
He spread it around. Like I said, Mike Evans, my second one, 5 receptions.
Wrong team.
Huh?
You said he spread it around. That's the other team, buddy.
Oh, shit. Yo, restart this.
No, we're keep going.
Restart this.
No. Jamar Chase, 10 receptions, 193 yards for 2 tutties.
Lamar is my last one. Lamar Jackson, 300, two-time MVP, 348 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 55 rushing yards, and the big W.
Yeah, big time.
The big W.
And my last guy, I had Brock Bowers, a rookie, showed up, had a nice day, 8 receptions for 97 yards and a tutty. So let's dive into that Week 5. First was that Thursday game, and it was as advertised. We talked about it. We wanted it to be a shootout, and damn was it good. Like you said, Kirko Chains, 500 yards. He was chucking the ball around the yard.
He had it spreading around. They
had that offense working. I've been kind of waiting for this kind of outing. I've been talking about it for a few weeks now. Falcons just got that offense clicking. They were behind late in the game. Bucs just couldn't hold on to that lead. But the Falcons offense looked like what I thought they were going to be.
Baker looked nice. They like you said, the Bucs, they had the lead. I thought they looked good. I'm still not writing them off. I just thought bad loss.
They're definitely a good team.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Right on cue. Jinx.
Right on cue. Now, he's just Mr. Consistent, bro. I said it a couple weeks ago. He's just too good. He's a solid number 1 wide receiver, like epitome of a one.
Yeah.
Tall, fast, got the hands.
Arguably going to be in the Hall of Fame already.
He should be. Yeah, no, he definitely should be.
You said it earlier. He was already top 10.
Top 10, yeah. So if he continues this pace, he'll probably easily be top 5 with
I
his
agree.
numbers, especially numbers-wise.
Yeah. Mike Evans is a dog.
Next game, we got to that London game. Vikings 23, Jets 17. Yeah, Jets, they're miserable.
Aaron Rodgers, you could see the frustration in him. 3 picks. I think that the third one he threw, after he threw it, he didn't even try to tackle or do anything. He just started walking off the field. Yeah. Everybody else is still playing, and he just walks off the field. Tosses the helmet, does all that.
He just looks old out there. I mean, it's starting to...
The frustration, the old age, it's starting to look terrible on him.
Yeah, and the Vikings, they get a win. Sam Darnold didn't have his best game. Sam Brady.
Sam Brady.
He didn't have that kind of game this week, but...
They got the win.
They got the win.
I don't think he had a turnover either.
If they're able to win like that, that's a dangerous team. I mean, he's been playing lights out, and now they get a win where he's not playing that great.
That defense is something else.
Yeah, so I mean, they're a force to be reckoned with. Still undefeated.
Yeah.
Last undefeated team besides the Chiefs, who are playing right now, looking like they're probably going to win, but crazier things have happened. So we'll keep an eye on this one. We're through halftime now. Third quarter has just started.
It's a week of upsets. You never know.
We'll probably be finishing up about when that game's finishing up.
I could use a win.
We'll get there.
I could use a win.
Anything else you want to say about that London game?
No, just keep picking the Vikings until Sam Brady loses. That's it. That's all I got to say.
You can't ignore the Vikings at this point.
Yep, they're a real team.
Another purple team that's hot.
Hey.
How about them Ravens, baby?
Caw.
Ravens 41, Bengals 38.
Yeah. Go ahead, let it out.
Let's
let it out.
With gassing them up.
Okay, gas them up.
Ravens offense was clicking on all cylinders. Started a little slow.
41 points, I'd say.
Yeah, there's a couple of drives there in the beginning where they weren't great, but they got clicking in that second quarter and just didn't look back. And Kevin Harlan, every time he announces or commentates the Ravens games, he's all over Lamar. I love listening to him talk about Lamar.
I mean, I would be. Four tutties, 350-some yards.
He kept using the word slippery. And I was like, whoa, Kevin.
Who is zesty? He's slippery out there.
He said it like 5 times. I'm not even joking. And that play towards the end of the game just is why Lamar is a 2-time MVP.
Working on 3.
Essentially, right now.
That's a bold statement, but I'm jumping the gun. I'd say he's front runner right now.
Hey,
in my book, he's front runner.
I'm gonna jump the gun and do you one better.
Go ahead.
The Ravens are winning the fucking Super Bowl, buddy.
Oh,
I'm there.
boy.
He's
jumping. He's jumping.
I'm all the way there.
Oh, that's a jump. It's on tape.
The only thing is the Ravens defense was bad. So they got to figure that out. I mean, it's September. You don't.
To be honest, Joe Burrow does that to you guys every time in Cincy. Yeah. In Cincy, it's just. I mean, one game, let it happen. Like I said earlier in the truck, on the way back from work, the Ravens have these games to where their defense comes out, and that's the statement. Like that's all over First Take, ESPN, all the shows. Ravens defense ? The next game, what I've noticed, the trend. They come out and play lights out defense the next game. I'm looking for another jump the gun statement, and they hold the Commanders and the Rookie of the Year potentially to under 20 points.
Okay,
for their next game.
We'll get that. We'll talk about that game here.
Yeah,
soon.
For sure.
But yeah, the Ravens defense needs to turn it around. Jamar always has. It's either we lock him up and he doesn't do shit, or he has a career day.
Yeah,
it's either one or the other.
He cooked.
He had an incredible day. As I said earlier, 10 receptions for 193.
I got to apologize to Joe Burrow. You did your thing out there, man. We'll see what happens next week.
He even said it. He said he has to play perfect for them to win, and he damn near did.
Yeah.
One bad turnover at the end seemed costly for them.
Very.
But their defense just is awful.
Mm-hmm.
God-awful. So, yeah, glazing the Ravens as I will. Next game, Jags 37, Colts 34. Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Tossing that thing around. Over 300 yards.
You put him in any offense, he's going to ball. That's what Kevin Durant said.
He's got that deep ball.
That's, yo.
But they lose. They don't pull it out. It was actually a really good game. Jags offense finally showed up. They clicked. Tank Bigsby had a nice day, 101 yards, 2 tutties.
Did you see that touchdown that he got where he dusted the defender?
Yeah.
The defender dove at like nobody. Dove at his dust. Yeah.
And then Brian Thomas Jr. had a nice little day as well, 122 yards and a touchdown.
I didn't realize how good he was. I slept on him.
This rookie class is a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie. From receivers to quarterbacks, running backs, not so much, but those quarterbacks and running back or wide receivers, there's good players there.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about that game?
No, let's keep it moving.
What's the next game there? Dolphins 15.
Looking like the Fins and the Pats.
Dolphins 15, Patriots 10. Next game, Commanders 30.
I like that. Yeah,
I'll be honest. I didn't watch a lick of that game.
Let's just keep it moving.
Fuck that game. That game
keep
sucked.
it moving.
Commanders.
Both your teams ain't doing nothing. Just focus on the next one.
Get ready for the draft.
Yeah.
Figure out if Tua's going to be in a mental facility or I don't know. Commanders 34, Browns 13. Jane Daniels is him, bro.
He's legit. He's proven it. He's proven it. That the deep ball that he threw, that's when I think you texted me and was like, Jaden Daniels is him. He came out the next drive and threw a costly pick. It was a dumb pick. But that's just a rookie mistake.
Yeah. He had one of those, I think, last week too.
Yeah, he's for real.
Just part of learning the game.
He's for real.
But that play, he broke, I don't remember who was trying to sack him, but he rolled out of the pocket, tossed like a 50, 60-yarder.
It could have been Myles Garrett.
Might have been, but tossed it to Terry McLaurin, almost scored just a beautiful ball.
Yep, that's the one I'm talking about.
Broke a couple long runs. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a threat. And the Browns.
Ravens going to lock him up next week, though, right?
I hope.
I just called it. They're gonna.
You said it.
They're going to.
You said it?
Okay.
I got to see it.
All right, let's do it.
Browns. Here's the thing with the Browns. They need a QB change, but they're in a spot where they kind of can't.
Yeah, their quarterback's in Tampa right now.
Well, not only that, I'm saying like with that contract that they gave Deshaun, they can't sit him. Like you can't pay somebody that much money and
Right.
then bench him when he's playing like shit. They just kind of have to stick with it. Even though, like I said, if it was a different situation, any other team is changing their quarterback by now.
Right.
But since you give them $230 million guaranteed, you just can't.
Stefanski said keeping him, right?
Yeah,
Starting him.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
Like they legit won't because
It's
they're
tough
that
in
hole.
Cleveland right now. Chubb's not. I called it last week that Chubb was going to be back at practice, and I think he attended one practice. He's still not there yet, so it's tough in Cleveland right now.
I don't know if that's going to help anything.
Sorry, D.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help anything. They just look bad.
They got Ohio State, so they ain't worried about none.
Yeah, they're in the NCAA right now. Screw the Browns.
It's college season.
Texans 23, Bills 20.
They're in the postseason too, by the way. Shout out Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
They're still, yeah. Sorry, I was just dogging
If
on
they
them
still
for a
had
minute.
Baker.
I had to, yeah. Why you got to resort back to it? I'm trying to positive.
Hey,
positive.
no, they got teams in the postseason. It's not going to be the Browns this year.
Just no.
Texans 23, Bills 20, and Josh Allen, he definitely had a concussion. You see that?
Yeah.
Yo, they put him back in the game. He was clearly almost knocked out. He might have been unconscious for a second, but they put him back in the game because it's close. And if it were,
I mean
any other
that
situation,
seems to be the
that's just the NFL.
the way the NFL's going.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
poor Tua, you keep saying it for
right.
him.
If it's a close game and your starting quarterback goes down, they're going to do whatever they can to get you back in that game. But that game, a little more defensive than I thought.
Yeah.
Offenses, couple big plays. Nico Collins, he went out hurt. But
I think if he didn't get hurt, we see a little bit more because he
100%.
cooked the defense on that play and went out immediately the next.
Yeah, he was at like 2 receptions for 78 already. And one of them was a 60-yard touchdown. So, dude's just a absolute stud.
Yeah, Texans got away with that one.
As a fantasy manager of him, I hope he's all right and he can play. But hamstrings are not anything to mess with.
They linger.
Yeah, you don't want to screw around with the hamstring.
The lingers.
Just lingers. Next game, Bears 36, Panthers 10. This is another one I didn't really keep a whole lot of eye on. But
I watched
Caleb
a little
Williams,
bit of it.
He's getting settled in.
He looks good. Yeah, he's starting to look good. He's slowing down his reads.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm starting to notice. He's slowing down the reads. He's finding the right guys. He's not trying to force everything with his legs.
Mm-hmm.
He had to a couple plays there. I think he might have had like 50 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can move.
But it's the Panthers. I mean,
yeah, Bryce Young got in the game at the end. Just looks sad.
yeah. Let's.
Swift turning it around.
Yeah. How about it?
Yeah, DJ Moore, 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's getting that connection with Caleb Williams. So Bears they're looking bright. That D is still good. So their defense, like we said last week, is going to keep them in games. That D though. It's going to keep them in games, and as long as Caleb Williams starts to get a little more comfortable and keeps that ball moving, they could flirt with some more wins.
Mm-hmm.
Next game is Broncos 34, Raiders 18. Here we go. What you got?
Bo.
Here
we go, Bo.
What you got?
My man, Bo. He definitely is proven why I think he's going to be a long-term starter in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton, I don't know. If Bo doesn't make it any farther, it's definitely because of Sean Payton.
It's his guy, so
I just didn't. I didn't agree with the way. I don't know if you've seen it. Sean Payton and Bo got into a little kind of a
little disagreement.
Yeah, disagreement. It was definitely obvious on the sideline. Bo came over. He wanted to go for it, and Sean sent out the punt. I'm pretty sure it was a punt.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just see the frustration in Bo's face and what he said. I don't know exactly what was said, but Sean said something after the post game about him, and I don't know. I just don't see that being a long-term fit. So
it's probably one of those things where it's like he's a rookie quarterback, and Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl. He's probably like, "Listen, buddy, I'm going to call the shots here."
Do you know Drew Brees?
Right, yeah, but they get a nice win over a Raiders team that's struggling. Adams is most likely going to get traded at this point. That's what it seems like.
To the Ravens.
I would love to see him go to the Ravens. I don't know. The thing with the Ravens is we don't have the cap space for him.
So what? You need to find a fucking way.
That's what I'm saying. We could trade for him, but we have to restructure right away. I don't know if that's something he's looking to do.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see us try and do it. At least make the call. Yeah. Like I said, remember I was telling you that? Like, at least make the call, see what they're looking for.
The fact that he posted that cryptic post of Poe.
Yeah. I don't know.
That had me sold.
Would be kind of sick.
It still kind of does have me sold, as in I think that's where he wants to go, and maybe his agent has already tried to do that, and maybe Baltimore has already told him, hey, no go, we can't.
I saw he's also he said 2 other teams that he wanted to go to were the Saints and the Jets, so he's just dick riding Carr and Rodgers at this point.
Yeah, they're having.
I
don't know why Rodgers.
You get a quarterback that you like that throws to you.
Well, Rodgers, he wants to go back with Rodgers, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. He wants to go to the Jets.
I could see that.
So the rumors say.
I could see that.
But yeah, I don't know who's going to play quarterback moving forward for the Raiders. They throw in O'Connell in there at the end.
Yeah.
I thought Gardner would look a little better for the Raiders, but he's kind of been ass.
Mm-hmm.
One good game against the Ravens. Other than that, kind of been really mediocre. So Raiders still kind of looking like not a great team.
I think the Broncos are just fighters. I don't think they're contenders or anything like that, but they're fighters. They're fighters. I wouldn't want to run into them in Mile High.
They've won a couple good games.
Yeah.
They're
like I said, Bo's another one of them rookie quarterbacks getting settled.
Yeah. Rattled off a couple good wins against a couple good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, Raiders aren't a good team, but the Bucs, they beat the Bucs last week as a good team. So I don't know. Maybe Broncos are turning it around. We'll see. Something to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals 24, 49ers 23. Let them hear it.
Hey, now. Who called? Okay.
Wait, hey,
so,
first off.
Go ahead.
Hold on. You did call it, saying that the Cardinals could make a run at it, but a lot of season left.
And they're still not in first place.
Yeah.
Yet, because the Seattle's not playing anybody in the first 4 weeks.
There you go.
So, if I'm back onto it, and just to be real with it, I think this is exactly what I call it. The 49ers are struggling to get these easy wins. I think you said it, to hold off games.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah, I wrote down here 49ers can't close.
They can't close. And if we remember the past few seasons, 49ers, that's when they turn it up. That's when they, turn the Jets up, cut more tutties.
Right. Now that you mentioned that, you think about it, like the 49ers team, what they've been such a powerhouse. You're used to them staying on the gas, staying on the pedal,
right,
and burying teams, where to now they don't stay on the gas, and that defense kind of breaks down and lets teams back in games. Like, they're not as dominant as they were before. Granted, they have a lot of injuries, but
it's still not there.
It's still, you gotta figure it out.
So I think it was like week 1. I watched their first game, and I think that was the game that was on almost the whole time on Red Zone. And so I got to see a lot of their Red Zone play, and it just wasn't there. And that's when I had that just idea of Cardinals. They don't look too bad, and I've seen this before, where the Cardinals come up and play sneaky in the West and take it from either the 49ers or the Seahawks when they used to be the powerhouses.
Right.
So this is another movie that I've seen before, pretty much. Cardinals, I still think, are going to sneak in, win the West. They got a great win in San Fran this past week. That's about it on that game.
Yeah,
we'll have to see if they hold on to it. The Cardinals, they got a nice game next week. So.
Yeah, this is a good win for the Cardinals. I think that 49ers team is still a good team, so I look for them to stay relevant. I don't think they're just gonna.
Yeah, they're not gonna just roll over.
Right, they're not gonna fall off. But dropping now a couple in a row in games that you were winning in the fourth quarter. It's just not ideal.
Losing at home too.
Yeah.
You don't see that from them.
Next game, Packers 24, Rams 19. The Rams, they're hurt, but hey, they're playing really hard. They're playing really hard out there.
That's one of the hardest teams to watch right now.
Yeah.
It really is.
Another team that has a lot of injuries, so they're missing their guys. Again, force-feeding Kyron Williams, trying to just get something going.
Stafford has no idea who he's throwing to. He's throwing to his 4-5 and...
He's thrown to target workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Love looks good.
Yeah, the second half. So
I think Jordan
Rams
Love looks good.
I think they got out ahead in the first half, but the second half was all Packers. I think they outscored them 14-6. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe it was. Okay. Was it 14-6 or 20-6? It was just all Packers in the second half.
Yeah.
went into halftime, got it figured out, and came back and won the game in the second half.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that easy. Well, not easy win. I'm glad we got that sketchy win over them week 1.
Yeah.
Packers are definitely a team that.
Yeah, they're a good team. I think
They're a
solid.
good team.
I think
yeah.
they're well coached and they have good talent.
Yeah.
Giants 29, Seahawks 20. Giants are freaking scrappy, dude. They are scrappy.
Yep. I think the NFC East is back to NFC Beast. I mean,
I don't know about
think about
that.
it. Think about it. If our lowest team's a scrappy team.
Yeah, but with your point about who did you say didn't have?
Who else is?
Well, you said somebody didn't have many tough opponents.
Seattle.
Yeah, Commanders haven't had too many tough opponents.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
I'll give you that.
We'll see what they do next week. But yeah, Seahawks. Geno had another game with 40 passing attempts. I just don't think that's the recipe to success. I don't know.
Was Walker back in?
Yeah, he was back.
Yeah. Then what?
I don't know.
How did they lose that game?
Tyrone Tracy, rookie, had a nice day. 18 carries for 129 yards for the Giants. They were missing Malik Neighbors, so he stepped up, and Singletary, so he stepped up, had a nice day as a rookie. That's a good confidence booster right there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he gets more carries with Singletary out. Maybe Singletary gets put in the back seat. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Good call. Could happen.
Cowboys 20.
Cowboys.
Steelers 17.
Cowboys.
That first half was awful.
I went to bed. So I went to bed before. I just want every Cowboy and Steelers fan to know I went to bed when it was 6:30.
Okay.
Because it was just, like you said, awful to watch. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, it was too late, so the first half was delayed. The game was delayed due to lightning in the area. I couldn't make it up late. I tried to stay up. I think I passed out at the start of the fourth quarter, but I woke up at 3 a.m. pleased to see that the Steelers lost. I thought I was in a dream still. I had to check my phone, rub my eyes. The Steelers got that L. And then I saw it happen, too. I mean, Cowboys escaped at the end. 4th and goal.
Yeah, so don't get happy, Cowboys fans. That was lucky.
They also win despite Dak's bad turnovers. He had a couple bad interceptions. So,
I mean, what do you
Cowboys
expect?
scrap it out. Get the dub.
Fuck the Cowboys.
All right, let's roll on to our Week 6 preview. Week 6 in the NFL.
Yeah, we got a lot of good games coming.
Yeah, so we got Thursday night, 49ers at Seahawks. I'm going to take the Niners. I think they bounce back after a tough loss. I don't see them dropping 3 in a row. Who'd you take?
Seahawks.
I thought you did.
I took the Seahawks just because I'm not picking the Niners. I'm sold on that. And like you said, Seahawks, I don't think they lose 2 in a row either. I think maybe they realized they gave that game away to the Giants and come out.
I think the Seahawks are more likely to drop 2 in a row than the 49ers drop 3 in a row.
Well, no shit. No,
then
no
why'd
shit.
you pick the Seahawks?
Because I need to come up on some games, and also I'm not picking the 49ers.
Yeah, true.
But if you're going to state obvious, then of course I think the Niners would definitely have a better bounce back. But I'm picking the Seahawks over the Niners in hopes of a
Seahawks, for them to win that, they got to get that run game going. You got to feed Kenneth Walker.
Niners could just fall apart again.
They could. They certainly
could. Like I've been calling. I think they fall apart. 12th man. It's Rowdy in there. Thursday night.
Rowdy.
Debo's getting beat up. He's out first quarter. Then you got DK catching one over the middle, striving, cooking everybody. Then he does it again.
Motherfucking fast.
And then you got Walker just going loose. I can see it, man. I could definitely see it.
Should be a good game. We expect it to be just as good as that Thursday game this past week. So
yeah.
We kind of got spoiled there. Sometimes Thursday nights can be duds, but I hope to see this one be another good one.
Especially when you have the London games coming up.
Yeah, London. Speaking of which, we got another London game. So we're going to count this as a primetime pick. We didn't do it last week. We kind of breezed over it, didn't really think about it, but it's a standalone game, so we're counting it as a primetime game.
And I need all the help I can get.
So we got London game, Jags at Bears. Again, 9:30 start. Make sure you're up.
Set the alarms.
I took the Jags. I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I like the pick.
Switch it up. Switch it up. I'll allow one
Okay,
switch.
well, no. Here's why I picked the Jags is because London is their town. They always play in fucking London.
That's
so
exactly.
They gotta be used to it.
If you look at my paper, I have an X over my original circle of the Bears, and I have the Jags.
Yeah, so
and it's because of that.
Yeah,
the Jags own London.
I'm gonna stick with the Jags, but I can certainly see the Bears winning only because that Bears defense, as I said earlier, keeps them in games, and that Jags offense finally had a good game, but the Colts defense kind of sucks.
They showed some potential last game, the Jags.
But that Colts defense kind of sucks, so I could see the Bears shutting them down.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That'll take us to Sunday's 1:00 games.
Texans.
Browns.
Oh, you
skipped over the Browns.
I did. I skipped over my game because I have a switcheroo over here. Okay.
Browns at Eagles. They're back.
We're back. Swole Batman's back, and I believe Smitty's coming back too. So
he has to. There's no way he's out 2 weeks for a concussion.
I look for Philly to definitely come back firing, just because of our last loss. I mean, like I said, I think last week, I can't blame it all on injuries, more so on Jalen, and so Jalen's still on the hot seat for this week for me.
He's got to show up. Like we said last week, you can't always use that excuse about injuries, like you just said.
Right.
If you're injured, it's next man up. You got to find a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
Grind them out. That's the best way. I mean, if you're a team who has injuries, you can't just sulk in that and use it as an excuse.
Facts, and we did that for 2 weeks, and it's starting to rub off on me. You can definitely hear it coming out as an Eagles fan. I'm starting to do the whole loved them and then now hating them. But I look for us to bounce back. We're healthy. Definitely a game to watch. If we don't bounce back, we're going to have a lot of criticism. I'm going to have a lot of criticism.
Yeah, they have to beat this Browns team. It's not a good Browns team.
But I think we win by a hefty 10.
I mean, if the Commanders can do that to the Browns, you guys should certainly be able to.
Right, at home, absolutely. Mm-hmm. The Link's going to be rocking.
You got to kick the Browns while they're down because they're ass right now. You got to make sure that.
I think it happens. I think this might be one of those big blowout games. We haven't had one in the league yet.
Eagles need one for some confidence. There's been a couple
big blowouts like that.
Yeah, there's one this past week. There was 36-10. Bears won.
Okay, kinda. I'm thinking more like 49-3.
Well, I mean that is just absurd.
Hey, now.
I mean, Commanders just blew out the Browns 34-13.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
You hear me?
I'm not listening to anything over here. We're talking about the birds.
Caw.
Hey, what kind of chicken is that? What kind of shit is that?
I didn't want to get too loud. It's late. Texans at Pats. Texans should dog walk the Pats. There's no way that this game is even remotely close. It could be one of those weird games, dude. Like I said, the NFL is just a different beast. You overlook a team, and then all of a sudden they're in the game, and they could scrap it. But the Pats have just been playing so bad, I don't see it being this game. But these are the type of games you have to watch out for that.
Yeah.
But
if Nico's back, I think they win easily. If he's not back, I think they might have a little trouble. Just because Tank Dell hasn't shown too much coming back.
Yeah, well, that's I think mainly because they added Stephon Diggs this year, so Tank Dell's kind of been that third option.
And doesn't it look like they're trying to get him the ball? Like he's doing the same thing over there like he was doing in Buffalo?
They just try to get the ball in his hands because he's a good yak guy, good with the ball in his hands. So get him a quick slant, get him the ball, and
I guess
let him make a play.
I still think he's complaining over there. Give me the quick slant.
Yeah, I never know about that Stephon Diggs. Like I know he's a great player. I loved him coming out of Maryland. I was hopeful the Ravens got him, but it does seem like he has that kind of attitude where it's I think
it's obvious.
Yeah, it does seem that way. You could see it in Buffalo for sure.
I try to give him benefit of the doubt. I think it was the year that they lost in the championship, and he stood outside watching the Chiefs confetti and all that. I think that was the picture.
Yeah.
I gave him a chance after that, but then he started you could just tell it was a locker room cancer kind of thing.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen there in Houston, but...
Yeah, I'd hate to see them not reach their potential.
Yeah. Especially when you got a young quarterback like that, he's easily persuaded. So if you get a guy like Stephon Diggs, you're going to listen to him. So
I don't know. I think C.J. Stroud's a little headstrong. I don't think he's listening to Diggs.
That's fair.
If anything.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. He's a good quarterback. Good
He's
leader,
not like
so.
Jalen and AJ. AJ is definitely puppeting Jalen. He's definitely big bro.
In his ear?
I wouldn't say in his ear. I'd say more like big bro.
Yeah. Next 1 o'clock game, Commanders at Ravens. Them Dirty Birds in Baltimore going to handle their business this week.
Yep.
I
hold them under
so
20 so I can get another jump in the gun point.
Yeah, you said it earlier. You see the Ravens defense bouncing back, and we kind of have to, especially when you get a mobile quarterback like Jaden. Obviously, they practice against Lamar, so they know.
Yeah, they're watching tape.
They know what they're getting into, but it's just that threat that Jaden brings to the table, same as Lamar's. Like they can turn a sack into a touchdown.
They should almost game plan him as they do the Browns and Deshaun.
Yeah, but Deshaun doesn't look to run as more. Like you could
but
see
he has that capability, and you still have to watch it.
He does, but this past week, you could see it. Like Deshaun does not want to try and extend plays. He wants to try and throw it. He wants to try and be a pure pocket quarterback.
Who knows what he's doing? He's probably thinking about feet while he's doing that.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to get that rub.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll be at the bank with my baby girl for this one, her first game.
There we go. Yeah. See, I'm calling. Yeah, it's right. It's my birthday weekend.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Got a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about that game? I mean, it should be a good one.
No. Wasn't that your game of the week?
Are we doing that now? Should I let that out?
Yeah, let it out.
Belt it. Game of the week. Commanders at Ravens. Marky Mark approved.
There we go.
You like that?
Certified.
You like that?
Certified.
Yeah, so I think that game has the potential to be what this Ravens-Bengals game just was, like just an absolute shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully our defense doesn't let it be that, but I can certainly see it going that way. Like I said, Jane Daniels just such a threat. He can turn a sack into a touchdown, so got to watch out for shit like that.
I think this is where I'm going to say one more piece on it. I think this is where Jane Daniels runs into the chaoticness of the NFL because y'all have a stout D. Sometimes it just don't play. Like the last game, it just wasn't there, and that happens in the NFL. And I think the chaoticness is just going to get to him again.
It's really our passing defense. Our run defense has been pretty damn good, but I think the Bengals found out early on that the pass game was working and it just lit up our secondary, and that's been the biggest issue for our defense. That secondary hasn't had much luck in locking people down and getting 3 and outs. It's more been our defensive line and pass rush and.
Oh, see, I was just gonna ask you if you guys have pass rush.
Pass rush has been good.
Okay, I was gonna say I think that's what locks Jaden down.
Yeah, so Kyle Van Noy, he was just Defensive Player of the Month for September.
Okay,
he's been great for us. Always getting involved. So our defensive line has been solid. It's just that secondary is not up to par with the rest of the defense.
Right.
Hopefully they turn it around this week, but that's my biggest concern going forward. Cardinals at Packers.
Who you got?
Actually, this was another consideration for. I just double actually'd. This was another consideration for.
I didn't catch it.
My game of the week. I think this should be another really good game. Might be a little more defensive. Depends. That Cardinals defense tends to not show up at times.
Yeah, they're inconsistent. But when they're consistent, they're consistent.
I'm taking the Packers here. They're at home.
Yep.
In Lambeau. You take the Packers as well?
I didn't. I went Cardinals. I'm on the Cardinals train.
Yeah, you are. You got to stick with it.
I'm on it.
You got to ride it.
I'm with you, though. I can see this game going either way just because I'm also on the Jordan Love train. I think I said it earlier. I think they're scary. But I think the Cardinals are picking up steam. I'm going to roll with that. I'm just going to stick to that.
Good win off the 49ers. Looking to go into Lambeau and steal one from the Pack.
Yep.
See what happens. Them cheeseheads. Bucks at Saints. Big Bucky. I took Bucks.
Big Bucky. Oh, that's his screen name. OnlyFans.
They call me Big Buck. I took the Bucks.
I took the Bucks as well. I think Baker gets it right. He was definitely a little salty about that last win. He doesn't have a poker face, so he shows it. Bucks come in, high-scoring game. Bucks Saints, classic NFC South showdown. Bucks come out on top.
Yeah, the Saints, they're currently losing right now, and their offense, like I said last week, they started out so hot and then they just kind of flatlined. And
I think they got figured out.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
a lot of tape came out on those first two games of them just throwing streaks.
So I took the Bucks. I just see that Baker-led team bouncing back after a tough loss on the Falcons. They get a good 10-day rest. So I don't know. That Bucks offense is pretty solid. That Saints defense is all right, not bad, but I see the Bucks coming out on top on that one.
Yeah.
Colts at Titans. I took the Colts. We talked about it. That Titans team just really isn't good.
I didn't even want to pick anybody in this game. I almost just left it off there.
I mean, the Colts look pretty decent with Flacco. But slinging that thing. They put up 34.
It's just hard to watch. I mean, I love seeing the highlights, the red zone highlights. Joe Flacco, another bomb, whatever. Yeah. But if I had to watch that game, I'd probably be pretty...
Yeah. I mean, to beat the Joe Flacco-led Colts, all you have to do is get pressure. He can't
right.
lick
right. Stop the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Stop the backup quarterback and win.
He's 39 years old, or maybe he might be 40 by now, but he can't move.
Yeah.
He's even slower than Rodgers.
You should be winning this game.
Right. So, yeah, not much more to say there. Colts over the Titans, most likely. That's our choice.
Yep.
4 o'clock games, leading off with Chargers at Broncos. I'm taking the chart. I have a theme here. I'm taking a lot of away teams. I don't love it, but now that I'm looking at it, I circled a lot of away teams.
He plays away games on Pocket Pool as well.
Whoa. Easy. Chargers at Broncos. I took the Chargers. I see after coming off a bye, they might hopefully get a little bit healthier, get some guys back, get some rest. I'm still not a believer in this Broncos team. I don't know what it is. I can't.
As I said earlier, I'm back on the Bo Nix train, so I'm going with the Broncos.
The Broncos, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer yet. I need to see more.
Okay.
Need to see more.
This is the game. This is the game he could definitely show out on. Is the Chargers. I don't think they have a good secondary. I don't know. Chargers are just known to get in shootouts. You never know what Chargers team you're going to get.
Yeah, that's another team I really don't know who they are at this point.
They played the Chiefs very well, though.
No, they've played well. I don't know. They're missing.
I'll still say it. Herbert needs receivers. If that's who needs to go get Adams, it's the Chargers.
Yeah, but there's just no way they trade him in division.
That's
because they were saying the Chiefs should do the same thing, but there's no way he's getting traded there.
Yeah, they're not the Giants.
Yeah, facts. Steelers at Raiders. As much as I'd love to pick the Raiders, I picked the Steelers. I think the Raiders are just so bad.
I picked the Steelers too. I don't think they're a bad team as much as you don't want to hear it.
Who?
The Steelers.
Oh, I know they're not a bad team, but fuck them.
Okay.
Because I
can get behind that. Behind that. Yeah, that's honest.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're a good team, and I picked them for this one. I think they're going to win against a bad Raiders team. But fuck them.
Because that's why.
I'm not sugarcoat it.
Hey, don't hey, we ain't sugarcoating shit.
I'm done doing that. I'm here. I'm here to stay.
I'm here.
Lions at Cowboys. I took the Lions. I think they are starting to figure it out, starting to click.
Fuck the Cowboys.
They're coming off a bye, so got some good rest.
Jared Goff.
I don't know what that was about. That just happened.
I had to hear it the whole time I was at the Cardinals-Lions game on vacation.
They had him because they was in Arizona, right?
Yeah, and Jared Goff went off.
Lions fans were
they were wild.
Loud and proud?
Yeah. They travel well.
Yeah, they do. There's a couple good teams that travel well out there. Steelers travel well. Cowboys, I know you don't want to hear that, but they travel well.
So does Philly.
I think Baltimore does too.
Arizona's a vacation spot, so a lot of people go there to settle down. To be
a lot
honest.
of retirees out there.
Yep. So beautiful.
Yeah, the Cowboys, they're at home, but I just don't see. I don't know. I don't see it with them.
Just say it. They suck.
I don't want to say they suck.
I will. Think they suck.
I don't think they suck. It's like
choke artists.
I mean, they just won.
Barely.
Yeah, you're just gonna be a hater.
I don't hate.
Let them out. Let it out. Falcons at Panthers. Falcons got to win that.
Yeah.
Panthers suck.
Yeah, Kirk Cochains, after having that game, there's no way they don't come out and at least win. It might be sloppy, but they'll win.
I'll say it. What if we start relegating teams? Send the Panthers back to the NCAA.
Yeah.
Can they beat Alabama? It's the age-old question. If you take the worst team in the NFL, will they beat the best team in the NCAA?
Oh, they're not the best team.
Texas.
Hey.
Sorry, they did just lose. We'll get there.
Hey.
Texas?
Hook 'em.
Are they beating them?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
I mean, you always
but yes, you have to say yes because those are professionals out there.
Yeah, that's what
Get
it always
down
comes
to
down
it.
to. Personally, that's how I always see it. It's like, sure, they may suck in the NFL, but if they go against college kids, I think they're just.
I think if we're talking like a different sport, maybe like NBA or something like that. Sure.
No chance. NBA's dogging.
No chance. That's the first one we got. Week 6. It took.
Week
6.
I said one. A few episodes.
All right, we'll lose track. We're gonna lose them. Where are we at? Falcons, Panthers. We just did that one.
Yeah, I took the Falcons. I don't know if I said it.
Okay, I took the Falcons as well. Yeah, we both did.
Bengals at Giants.
Sunday night.
Football.
Here we go. We got a primetime pick coming. I'm going Bengals over the Giants. I know the Giants are scrappy, but Bengals just took that L. I don't see him taking another one like that. I think Joe was fired up. We might see another Joe Burrow moment.
I wanted to take the Bengals, but that Giants team, they've showed me enough. I'm assuming Neighbors is going to be back. So if he's back, the Bengals can't defend the pass. They get cooked. Their secondary is ass. So Neighbors I'm gonna jump the gun here. He's putting up another 100-yard performance.
Okay.
Hopefully a tutty. I'm taking the Giants.
Just say tutty.
Tutty.
Yeah. Just go all in.
I did.
Don't be tipping it.
Hopefully a tutty. He's scoring a tutty.
He's scoring a tutty. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did want to pick the Bengals, but I don't know. They're 1-4.
Well,
I think they're a good
I'm
1-4 team, but they're just in a bad spot.
I'm with it. I need the
He needs the games back.
I need all the games. I need all the games.
We got one more to pick. Monday Night Football. Bills at Jets.
Jets. Jets.
No,
Hey.
I'm taking the wagons. Circle the wagons, Bills. Bills.
There's no way Aaron Rodgers throws 3 picks, takes an L, gets roasted on social media, and comes out and takes another L. That just doesn't happen in this game. So I got to go with the Jets.
My biggest problem is recency bias. I always go based off what I just saw, and the Jets just look so disgruntled. I don't know. I just can't pick them.
Definitely. No, I definitely see that.
Bills coming off a tough loss against the Texans. I think they want to bounce back against.
You don't think they look disgruntled?
Not really, no. I mean, they look all right. They just dropped 2 in a row, though, so I see them bouncing back and getting the dub against the Jets. I got a theme here. Well, except for the Giants. But.
Anyways.
So
the primetime picks, what's it looking like?
You skipped your game of the week. What's your game of the week?
I gotta bring them up again. I gotta bring them up again. Yeah. All right. So my game of the week is definitely the Lions at the Cowboys. As much hate as I give the Cowboys, I'm always watching.
America's.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always watching them. As much as that's one game I probably. Well, I did turn it off last night. I was gonna say that's probably one game I haven't turned off is one of theirs, but I think it's because they were up. They might have been up. And it was just a boring game, so I had to turn it off.
I think you turned off your eyes. You fell asleep.
Yeah, it was a long week. Long week. But game of the week is definitely the Lions and the Cowboys. If the Cowboys lose, that's going to put them in a tough spot, just because of how well the Commanders are playing.
Right.
And we're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
With the Lions, if they win this game, that's another NFC win for them under their belt for good win, and that puts them I think at 5-1 too. So
yeah, they need to stack wins because they got the Vikings ahead of them, just
barely
going crazy.
But they're gonna lose one eventually.
Yeah,
Sam Brady's not really,
I mean, like we said, you got to keep giving them props.
Yeah,
looks like they're on a bye. So we started bye weeks last week. Got more bye weeks. I don't know who's on bye, but I don't see the Vikings there, so I'm assuming they're on bye.
Yeah. I didn't look at the buys either.
If your team's on bye, they're on bye. You know it.
Yep, enjoy that. I just went through it. It sucks.
Primetime picks. So let's just recap those. We already said them, but we'll touch them again. With the primetime picks, let me look at the sheet here. Your boy has a commanding 4-game lead. It might be down to 3 if the Chiefs can hold out and win this one. So it's going to be at least 3-game lead.
Sheesh.
But
Down bad.
We again picked 3 separate teams. Or sorry, we have 4. 4. You picked the Jags, so 3 out of 4 are different. So either a chance for you to make up some ground or drop back.
It's happening this week. I got a good feeling.
Said it last week.
I got a good feeling.
Primetime picks. Mine are going to be the Niners, the Jags, the Giants, and the Bills. And yours?
We got the Seahawks, the Jags, the Bengals, and the Jets. Jets.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the NFL before we move on?
No. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the student athletes.
Yes.
Kick us off with those rankings. Where are we at?
A lot of upsets. Everybody already knows. A lot of upsets happen. So the rankings did change. Listen up for your team. First 12 gets a spot. If you ain't in this 12, you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, we're only worried about the top 12. We're going to keep recapping the top 12 as we go.
We'll give a couple people through the top 25 that might make an appearance in the top 12. But we're going to keep it with top 12.
Get us going.
So we got number 1, UT, Texas, Longhorns. We resume the top spot. Ohio State slides up to number 2. Oregon slides up to number 3. Penn State slides up to number 4. A lot of slides. We're sliding over here, guys. We sliding.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Hey. We got number 5. We got Georgia. We got number 6. Miami moves up from 8 to 6.
Take me to Miami.
Aye. And then we got number 7. We got Bama. Drops down, by the way.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. Tennessee drops down. Then we got Ole Miss moves up to 9. I think they were 12 last week. Number 10 is Clemson, moves into the top. Iowa State moves into the top. They're 11. And then we got Notre Dame at 12. On the rankings, it actually has Iowa State and Notre Dame at 11. They're both 11. I don't know why.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea why, but we're just going to assume Notre Dame is 12 because they should be up higher, and they're fumbling the bag.
Right.
We'll give props to Iowa State. So, yeah, that's the top 12 for right now. There's a couple teams, though, I think we need to watch out for. I've already said it, and I've been on them. LSU, they continue to keep stacking the wins, and they're going to have to play some of these top 12 teams, the SEC teams. So I definitely see LSU shaking it up.
Yeah, so LSU's sitting right outside. They're at 13.
Yeah. BYU is another team. I know I said it, I think, last week, to watch out for the BYU upset, and then they got it.
They're at 14.
They're slowly climbing. That's a good team to just watch out for. Mm-hmm. Texas A&M, I called it last week for one of the games to watch. The upset that they had last week, who'd they play?
Cooked them,
Mizzou. I wasn't a fan of Mizzou, and I'm still not a fan, so I'm kind of glad to see them out of the top 12. They have a receiver that's going to be good in the league.
Luther
Burden.
Yeah.
The third, I believe.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all they have really. So I look for Texas A&M to maybe stay in the teens.
They're at 15 right now. They jumped up 10 spots. They were 25 before this week.
Right. Because I think Mizzou is like 6 maybe. Yeah. But I don't see Texas A&M. I like them, but I just don't see them winning the big games whenever they have to play them, the SEC big games that they have coming up.
Missouri was 9 before, so they get
they're done.
Incredible win against a top 10 team. I think it was 41-9.
Yeah, they dogged them. Mm-hmm. I kind of knew that. I called it the house that Johnny built. I called it last week. And just the other 2 teams, Utah, I just have them in there just because their defense is something to always be on the lookout for. They keep them in games. And Boise State, I know they're back there.
17.
They're back there right now, but if as long as they keep winning, and I think you looked it up, they don't have a tough schedule.
They don't.
As long as they keep winning and Genty keeps running the way he's running, there's no way they don't at least put him at 12 just to have him in the games. Yeah, you can't not.
Their toughest opponents coming up are UNLV, who's 4-1. Oregon State is their last game, and they're also 4-1, and then San Jose State. So
I'm going to jump the gun. Here we go.
Here we go.
Boise State makes it in at 12.
If they go undefeated.
No, I'm just saying it. They're going to make it in at 12.
Well, they have to go undefeated. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take whatever comes with it. I'm just saying they land at 12. When the playoffs start, Boise State will be 12. And that's my jumping the gun for that. Some big games to look at that happened this past week, man. We had 5 of the top 10 teams go down.
Yeah.
That's why I said a lot of the slides.
Before you get into those upsets, let me talk about Miami a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear it.
They win.
Gave you a heart attack.
Dude, they're killing me. They win another late thriller, 39-38 over Cal.
If you stayed up that late, I know you were hurting the next day. No, I'm saying if you did, listeners, I know you were hurting.
I tried to. I made it to the fourth quarter, but it was just
it started at 10:30. It was like 2 a.m., man.
Yeah, I was gonna say it started at 10:30, so I was burnt by like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I tried, but I couldn't make it.
And after they were just getting dogged, I probably wouldn't have been able to watch that.
Yeah, the thing with them is they can't rely on the pass game. Cam Ward had another 400-yard game, but obviously it's working right now. But when you get into that playoff, as I said a couple weeks ago, in college football, you have to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it breaks down teams.
Either that or you have to have a different way of putting up points and throwing vertical, like straight vertical. You gotta have some kind of screens, some kind of like do some other things.
And part of that is they were down a lot of the game, so obviously you got to pass. Yeah.
Right.
So, but moving forward, they got to get that run game going, so to take more pressure off Cam Ward because obviously he's been doing it all. But you can't expect them once you get into that. If you get into that playoff run, they still got to get there. But Cam Ward can take them there. They just need to help them out a little bit.
That's 2 scares in a row for Miami fans.
Crazy. 21-point fourth quarter. So
hey,
hell of a turn.
A win's a win.
Win's a win.
Win's a win. You got to take
it. So yeah, take us into those upsets.
That first upset, I definitely got to watch. I was cheering for. It was the Tennessee and Arkansas game. Arkansas beat Tennessee 19-14. I don't know what was up with Nico that game. I don't know what was up with Tennessee. They just got beat. They got beat by a bad Arkansas team.
Speaking of Nico, all-time bad awareness, like just zero awareness at the end of the game. Clock expiring. I think there was 6 seconds left to start the play,
and he just
runs out of bounds. Doesn't even get a throw out. You got to chuck that thing. I think he was trying. I didn't see the post game, but I'm assuming he was trying to get out of bounds to maybe get one more play in.
save a second.
You just can't do that. You can't.
Yeah. I'm assuming coach is going to make him carry that ball around until the next game or something. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and hold on to that thing. You don't want to throw it? Take it to the next game.
Put it in your pocket. Keep it next game.
Put it in your pocket.
We'll use that for kickoff next game.
Yeah. Fucking dummy. Next upset, you're not going to want to hear it, Michigan fans, but y'all suck. 27-17 to an unranked, everybody left Washington Huskies.
Yeah, so they dropped that game now and makes them takes them to 2 losses. And from here, I don't know if there's a path back into the playoffs.
There's not.
Yeah, because they dropped down to 24.
There's not. They're not making it back.
They're not going to be, like we said, that there could be some 2 lost teams, but having that bad of a loss, I think, is going to keep them from getting back in, essentially. Yeah,
and with Michigan, we already knew this coming into the season. It was kind of a question mark. Are they going to fall off so much? Are they going to be able to withstand a little bit and make some noise? I think we got our answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a mediocre team that can win some ball games against unranked opponents, but the second they get into these ranked games, it's gonna look nasty.
Right. Yeah. Take us to that USC game.
So I'm glad to see this because an Arizona guy, I love seeing California teams fumble.
Mm-hmm.
So USC lost to Minnesota. Who? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
24-17.
Yeah, they're cooked. So it dropped them all the way out, not only of the top 12, but out of the top 25.
Yeah,
that's how bad of a loss it was.
They're what'd you say? Cooked.
They're cooked.
And then we got another huge upset that I really want to rub in some people's faces because I've been hearing it for one whole week. I got to hear it for one whole week. It was great. Bama lost to Vandy 40-35. I'm just going to say, if you've been a Bama fan and you're not one of those bandwagons, then you remember a guy by the name of Johnny Football doing this to you. And this is just, you just got to watch it all over again. The guy's name was Diego Pavia.
And Diego?
He's a walk-on, dude. Like, this guy just came out, and it's funny, I seen his post-game interview. He said his pregame interview, he watches the Johnny Manziel Alabama game, the 2011, I think it was, when they beat a number one ranked Bama team. So, you know, props to this Diego kid being a walk-on and going out there and doing it again. It was a great game to watch. Bama loses that number one spot. If I'm being real, I thought they just...
Crickets.
I want to say it right because I was hot on Bama the last couple weeks. I said they were scary. I still think they're scary, but this right here shows it must be something to do with coaching. Maybe
They're human.
They have the personnel.
They're beatable.
They have the personnel, but maybe the coaching maybe they're missing Saban.
Hey, my biggest takeaway from this one, the goalposts went down. You know it's a good upset when the goalposts come down.
And they got fined, I forgot what it said, 700,000, something ridiculous. Vandy got fined, but so what?
Best.
So what?
Dude, it's
Fuck
always
it.
best watching that field goal get taken
Dudes
down.
riding it and shit. Yeah.
They were marching that shit out of the stadium.
Yeah, we're taking this shit with us. Yeah.
I forget who it was. I think it was last year or the year before. Someone threw it in a river.
No shit.
I forget who it was. I'd have to look it up.
So props to Vandy.
Yeah.
Taking down Bama. Bama only drops a little bit. I don't agree with it. I think they should have dropped a little bit more.
It's a pretty big drop. 1-7 is pretty healthy.
Yeah.
I think the reason you say that is because it's over a Vanderbilt team who I'm pretty sure I saw a stat. This was their first win against a top 5 ranked opponent. They were like 0-50.
Yeah,
and now they're
trust
like
me. That's why I'm saying Vanderbilt.
I think that's why you're saying it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just moving on from that, Bama, screw you guys. It's not your year; it's our year.
Hook 'em.
Yep. So Ohio State, I gotta apologize to you guys. I do. You guys definitely are contenders. You guys beat Iowa, a good Iowa defensive team, 35-7. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Apologize to OSU. We'll see you guys in the playoffs. Georgia beats Auburn 31-13. So that's a good one for Georgia to keep in the fight. Ole Miss comes back and beats South Carolina 27-3. So Ole Miss had that big upset last week.
Good bounce back week.
So they needed this week. Yeah, they needed. Jackson Dart actually played very well.
He's throwing darts, folks.
He's throwing darts. Penn State beat UCLA 27-11. I got to hit on Penn State just a little bit. Just let me pause on Penn State.
Just for Wolf?
Not really.
I'm just kidding.
No, more so because I expect more. I'm a closet Penn State guy, just being an Eagles guy.
That is a statement.
Okay, I don't like no. We ain't doing
Closet
that.
Penn State guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
Okay, that came out wrong. Came out totally wrong. But no, Penn State I think is a good team. I just don't know what's going on.
Penn State had troubles with the closet guy named Jerry. Just be careful there.
I don't say those guys. I don't give those guys any props. I'm not even going to speak their names. PB touchers.
Yeah.
Then we got Texas A&M upsets Mizzou 41-10. I have on there that I called it last episode. Mm-hmm. I said it was the game to watch. So, boom, there you go. Listen to Mike on his NCAA. He knows what he's talking about.
Fuck them up.
And just to say I know what I'm talking about, the last game I have is Boise State beat Utah 62-30.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that I had mentioned week 1, episode 1.
I think it was either episode 1 or 2, but you said it early in the college football season to watch out for Ashton Jeanty.
Genty.
Sir, were you correct?
Yeah, he's he went 13, 186, and 3 tutties. Just stupid numbers again.
I think 170 is the lowest he's had in a game.
That's insane.
And it's happened, I think, twice.
That's
I think it was 170
crazy.
And then that 180, whatever you just said, and the others were over 200. Just stupid numbers.
insane. And I got to jump in the gun. I think he wins the Heisman.
Yeah, so speaking of Heisman, I have the odds here for you.
I don't think that's too much jump in the gun, though.
Well, it would have been if you said it when you said that take
right.
a few weeks ago, but he has now jumped into the favorite, so the updated odds via FanDuel, 1, Ashton Genty, plus 240.
Can't get enough of the kid, I'm telling you.
Yeah. 2, Travis Hunter, plus 320. 3, Cam Ward, plus 450, and then outside looking in, Jalen Milroe at plus 900. So
that's not bad, though.
I think
sprinkle that.
With that, Ashton Genty has to continue to win that Heisman. It's tough for running back to win it for that reason. He's got to do it the whole season. He's on that pace, obviously.
Right.
He's just an absolute beast.
Hasn't even shown a sign of being stopped.
Travis Hunter is probably going to give him the biggest threat only because he's playing both sides of the ball. That's
very impressive.
Yeah, incredibly impressive. And then Cam Ward, again, is a big threat just because of the quarterback aspect. They love giving it to quarterbacks. So
same with Milroe.
I think those three are probably going to stay there for a while. Unless Miami has a bad loss, I see this top three kind of staying there for a while.
Yeah.
Unless, again, Ashton Genty.
I think once Miami loses, though, that might drop. I think he drops because that's going to be ultimately what it is. He's going to have a bad if that happens.
Yeah.
It's a big if.
I think the only loss that they can afford, and hit, 1, for them to stay in the playoff, and 2, for him to stay in those odds up there would be the Louisville game, but they just had a bad loss, so they just dropped out. So that kind of doesn't really help the case.
I think you guys be all right there.
Yeah,
my personal opinion on that.
Anything else on the NCAA?
No, I think that wraps us up for NCAA.
Any look ahead for next week?
Yeah. That's actually what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that. We actually do. We got a great week 6. The Red River Showdown. Is coming up. Texas plays Oklahoma. I believe we're at home.
It's always a good game, so it even doesn't matter who's ranked, who's not.
It's a bucket list for any sports fan, so you at least got to tune into it.
Right.
Let me pull up let me pull 25. Pull up the games for this week if you can. The Red River Showdown definitely is going to be good. I look for Ewers to come back out and put a statement on because he knows he's on the chopping block. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm looking here. You got 1 Texas at Oklahoma. It's at Oklahoma.
Okay. See, so that changes it up. I look for the Oklahoma game. So here's about Texas. Let me just go on a little thing. We got two games coming up with them. We got the Red River Showdown with us versus Oklahoma, and then we have a huge game versus Georgia. So with that being said, I gotta say that I personally think this game with Oklahoma is going to be a lot closer than that Texas Georgia game. And just the reasoning, just reasoning. Texas definitely came into this season with that game against Georgia circled, and they knew they were the underdog. They knew that was a must-win. I don't think they've lost sight of that.
Right.
I think when that game comes up, everybody expects it to be close because of all the upsets and Bama beating Georgia and let's be real. Once the team's number 1, we all want you to lose. No one wants somebody to keep winning.
Right.
So I think that's what a lot of the noise is coming from, but I look for Texas to shut that up.
So the other games, there's 2 other games to keep an eye on. We got number 2, Ohio State at number 3, Oregon. So that'll be a good one. And then the other one, 9, Ole Miss at 13, LSU. So this could help your take. If LSU wins that, they're definitely going into top 12.
100%. And to be honest, that might be a nice little slip. I might have a nice 4-place slip. Just money lines, just because of that. I mean, I'd probably
close game, so money lines should be good.
Texas, Bama, definitely got to roll with what you just put out a good one. What was it? Ohio State, Oregon.
And
that's
Ole
the one.
Miss, LSU. So a few good games next week to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Ooh, I could see. I got to go with Oregon on that. Definitely got to go with Oregon on that.
All right, let's talk some bats.
Moving on.
Fuck the O's. No, I'm just kidding. We got a bright future, but to recap,
I mean, fuck them. You're the one that has to. You're a fan. You're allowed to say it.
It is what it is. We got next year and the year after. We got a future. Future's bright. But to recap what happened last week or this past week, Royals beat the O's Tigers beat the Astros, Mets beat the Brewers, and the Padres beat the Braves in the wild card round.
So what's funny about that wild card round is there was only one game that went
3.
3.
Yeah.
It was almost a clean sweep.
Or one series. I
Yeah.
guess yeah. But so speaking of which, wild card teams, this is a crazy stat for you. Wild card teams are 13-0. I think it's 13. I didn't double check it, but it's undefeated. Wild card teams are 13-0 when they win game 1 since they started the wild card expanded playoff.
Okay.
So if you win game 1, sitting pretty.
100%.
You literally 100%.
Right. I love stats, so 100%.
So yeah, I called it about the O's, as I said a couple weeks ago. When getting to the playoffs, we have to show up as a complete team. You can't expect to hit and not pitch and to win, and you can't expect to not pitch and hit and win. Like it's not a good recipe. So O's pitching showed up. We held them to 1 run game 1, lost 1-0. Held them 2 runs game 2, lost 2-1. So kind of just bats didn't show up. Not much more to sugarcoat there. I was more concerned about our pitching, and I'll be damned if our bats didn't show up. So I was kind of upset to see that.
I was already iffy on that series. Like you seen when we did our picks last week, I was iffy on it. So
it was mainly because we had such a shitty September.
Exactly.
Like we looked so bad towards the end.
Just the wheels fell off kind of thing.
Right. Instead of getting hot, we were getting cold. So
right.
It's just not what you want heading into playoffs.
Facts.
So, like I said, the future is bright. Fuck all the haters. We got
Fuck them.
We got a bright future. So we need to keep Burns. He pitched well for us as an ace. I think that was a solid move. So we need to re-sign him. And I think the bats are there. We kind of just need to figure that out. But we need to get some more pitching. Pitching needs to be better towards the end of the year, or just in the year
in general,
a whole year in general. Yeah. So I hope they get more pitching.
Dropped a lot of dumb games throughout the season.
Yeah, they got a couple players that are on contract discussions. Santander is one of them. He had a hell of a year, so I'd like to see them bring him back. Not much more to get into there. O's kind of let down.
Sorry, Baltimore fans.
We got the future. Hopefully it works out for us. We got time. At this point, though, it's all but nothing. Fuck the Yankees.
I hear that.
I hate the Yankees.
Did they win? They were currently down.
So they are up 1-0 on the Royals.
Yeah, I know they're up. Yeah, they're up 1-0, but they were down. They were down 4-1, top of the sixth.
And they lost.
They lost, so
Series
it's 1-1.
Is tied 1-1.
Let's go Royals! Come on.
All right, so yeah, Yankees are now tied with the Royals 1-1. Tigers and Guardians are split at 1-1 as well. Mets and Phillies they're all split actually.
They're all split. Yeah, I got it written down. 1-1. So tomorrow you got at 5 you got Nola going for the Phillies, and you got Manea. Did I say that right? Yep. Manea. Did I get that?
Yep.
Got him going for the Mets. So that's going to be a good one to watch.
Yep,
I look for the Phillies to win that because they almost lost their 2 games at home.
Yeah, they won a thriller last night.
Yeah. I look for the Phillies to take that game, just Noah on the mound. Yeah. Low scoring game.
Yeah, and the Dodgers and Padres are split
at 9. Yep.
The series is getting chippy. I don't know if you saw last night. They had the delay because people were throwing shit on the field. People were throwing balls at Profar.
Yeah.
It's a bad look.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that, folk. Come on, don't do that. These guys are just trying to play a game out there. Stop throwing shit at them. You don't want them to throw shit back. They throw hard. Just saying.
Facts.
Let the players defend themselves.
Right,
then they'll stop throwing shit.
I seen on the one game, I think it was the Padres game, the fan interfered on, I think, game 1.
Yeah.
And tried to take the home run.
No. He that was hilarious, actually. Profar robs the home run right in front of him and acts like he didn't catch it. And the fans are like going crazy. Betts thought he hit a home run. Then he's like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I seen that live. We were like, did he just hit a home run?
Yeah.
Wait, they took it off.
Yeah. So that's about all that's going on in playoffs right now. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll touch back in next Monday.
Cleveland plays Wednesday. That's something to look for. That series is still tied too.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Detroit.
Yeah. So all the series are tied 1-1 right now. Yeah. So good playoff baseball coming to you. Coming here soon. And just some news in the baseball world. Terry Francona back in baseball, hired as the Reds' new manager.
Ooh.
So that's a World Series winning manager. Hopefully, I'm assuming the Reds are hoping that he
do it for Pete.
Do it for Pete.
Do it for Pete.
Well, you can't do it for Pete because O's got to win, but You can do it for Pete.
Do it for Pete.
All right, let's get into that big play parlay to wrap this thing up. We can wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Big play parlay missed again by one leg. That's 2 weeks in a row by one leg, and it was actually
by like
again,
a yard.
Yeah, again,
it was by like a yard.
Jaden Daniels misses it by a few, but we're getting opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
The guys we're picking are getting opportunities. They're getting looks.
Yeah, this one's hitting this week.
Yeah, I feel it.
We got confidence
Stamp
this week.
Can't miss.
Confidence.
My first pick, I'll just go my two picks.
Yeah, do your two.
I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
They play. Let me check that before I blurt out the wrong one. Oh, they play the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I see him scoring, and then my other pick is Bijan Robinson. Now they haven't been getting him as involved as I think they should. They play a bad team in the Panthers this week, so I see him getting in the end zone.
That's a good call. I like it.
So Amon-Ra and Bijan.
Okay. I'm gonna follow that up with Swole Batman. So we're gonna take AJ Brown for the Eagles. I think he has to get in the end zone to prove a point.
Yeah.
So I'm riding that.
I mean, Jalen's gonna be looking at him.
Facts. And then we got this one. I diced back and forth on this one, but I diced back and forth between Mike Evans and Alvin Kamara, and I just feel like Mike Evans is just going to have that one game where he doesn't get the tutty.
You threw me off so much there. I was
like, so I'm going Alvin Kamara.
Okay, I got you. Because I was looking at my sheet here.
You're over there looking at the TV. That's what you're doing. Anyways, I'm going AJ Brown, Alvin Kamara for my two picks.
So big play parlay this week will be Amon-Ra St. Brown, Bijan Robinson, Alvin Kamara, and AJ Brown. Let's get a dub.
Let's get
some money.
Those four. I like it.
All right. Not much more to say. This Chiefs-Saints game is wrapping up. We got 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 26-13 Chiefs, looking like they're probably going to hold this one out. So you'll get one back.
Thank God. I needed that. I needed that so bad.
Anything else you want to say to the people?
No. I think I apologize for not being ready in the beginning. I think I asked for this episode to be cut off.
Yeah, no, we're totally keeping that.
No, we're keeping that. We're keeping that. We got to have that. A little panic. Never hurt nobody.
All right, we thank y'all. We love y'all. We ask that you keep sharing, keep spreading the word.
Share.
Getting that thing out there. We're across 5 countries now.
Hey, we're thriving.
Yeah, so that's pretty sick. Kind of cool to see. We're being heard in Japan, Sweden, Ireland,
Konnichiwa.
UK, and the United States. I think someone in Brazil as well. Maybe 6.
Hey now.
A few countries. Keep spreading the word. Be kind, spread love. We'll see y'all next week.
We out.